Round number 7 of the 2024 GNCC Racing Series about to get underway. Powerline Park, the points championship on the line. Johnny Gerard, your points leader, but a hungry Stu Baylor coming off back-to-back wins. We have got ourselves a fight for the 2024 championship. And the recap starts right here, right now on Racer TV.
To go, GNCC Racing!
Well, hello and welcome to the Progressive Grand National Cross Country Racing Series presented by Specialized, your national championship, your AMA national championship. GNCC making its return to Powerline Park. How about that? It's been, several years since we have raced in Ohio at Powerline Park. And good to be back, but we start, as always, with the Specialized race recap. Round number 6. Boy, how about it? Some sensational riding in round number 6. Great start by Johnny Gerard, your points leader, the 969 Red Bull Factory Racing KTM, with a red-hot start in round number 6, and the rest of the XC1. Saw some great riding out of that man right there, the number 1, the defending champion, Craig DeLong. And, boy, not without some chaos throughout the day. We got our pit stops down in Pro Row. A little extended time there for Jordan Ashburn. Gets her up and rolling. Stu Baylor in the pits. Stu going to work in this one. Maybe not the best start for Stu, but once he got the freight train going, it was look out for Stu Baylor. Johnny Gerard still leading it at this point, and obviously rocking that reverse plate, the points leader, going in to round number 6. But boy, again, the workhorse, Stu Baylor, took him a minute to get going, but once he found himself out front, he was able to hang on. And our guy, hey, you want one more lap? Go ahead, buddy, to one of the lap riders. But big congratulations to Stu, grabbing the win. DeLong, how about it? Like I said, great day for him, finishing in the 2 spot. But the points lead, still, Johnny Gerard, Stu Baylor, 2 wins in a row.
Man, I'm beat. That was rough. But had a great team and a good pit strategy, and it worked out.
And we fast forward to today, and here we go. Round number 7, the Kenda Tires Progressive GNC, or excuse me, the Kenda Tires Powerline Park GNCC Steel City Medical Center Whole Shot Award up for grabs. Great drive right there by Craig DeLong, and yes, it will be the number 1. Boy, coming off a sensational ride just a round ago with a 2nd place in the overall, and well, he had a red-hot start right there for Craig DeLong, the number 1. Keep our eyes on that XC1 Pro class. But Craig, the Rockstar Energy Factory Racing Husqvarna, grabbing that whole shot in the early lead as the rest of the class rolls out here in the XC1. Boy, great start by Lyndon Snodgrass, the 178 machine on that Babbitt's Monster Energy Kawasaki. And the rest of the XC1 class, of course, Stu Baylor coming off back-to-back wins going into this one. And we saw the points break down there right before today's race start. Rough start for Grant Baylor, going to have his work cut out for him. XC2, 250 Pro Class, Steel City Men's Clinic, Whole Shot Award up for grabs. And grabbing it, that's going to be Grant Davis. Boy, what a sensational season Grant Davis has had so far this year. Just a stellar season for him. Young man really showing that he belongs in the class. There is no doubt about that. Getting up very, very high up into these overalls is Grant Davis as far as the finishes are concerned. And that XC2 class, as it continues to sort out Grant Davis, he's got a couple of wins coming into today. Angus Reardon, 3 wins coming into today, but he's been off the box a couple of times. That's kind of where your points, or not kind of, that's exactly where your points difference is at when it comes between Grant Davis and Angus Reardon, but certainly in a good spot. And of course, Josh Toth had that big win in round number 3 in Georgia. And here we go, LoJack Cycle Sales Whole Shot Award up for grabs for the FMF XC3, the 125 class, singing the song of our people. How about it? Sawyer Karatura, no doubt about that. The 545 will grab that whole shot and early lead in the XC3 class. And Sawyer Karatura, man, great on the whole shot. The win, it's eluded him to this point. Maybe today he gets that turned around. Of course, Jack Walker, 3 wins coming into today. Dakota DeVore has got 3 wins. Those guys very, very tight in that points hunt. Dustin Simpson, he's doing very well this season. Been finishing consistently on the box. Just one race where he finished off of the box. But nonetheless, great racing all around. There goes Josh Strang and Trevor Bollinger, followed by Grant Davis toward the back of the pack of that XC1 class. But boy, still early in this one, as the 3-3-6 out in front. Ryder Lafferty having a day to start things off. Boy, this has been his best start of the season so far. His best finish back in round number 4, I believe. He had a 6th place finish, so maybe he can get things turned around here today. But we are off and rolling. Round number 7, Kenda Tires, Powerline Park GNCC. More coming up right after this. Progressive GNCC Racing is brought to you by Progressive. Progressive could save you hundreds of dollars on your automobile and motorcycle insurance. Specialized E-Turbo bicycles. It's you, only faster. RockyMountainATVMC.com. Get ready. And welcome back to GNCC here on RacerTV.com. The 336 Coastal Racing Factory Gas Ride. Ryder Lafferty out in front. And that is Craig DeLong in the 2 spot. Mike Wachowski sitting in 3rd place. There was Stu Baylor. Missed a couple of guys right there, but Stu Baylor about middle of the pack right now. No reason to hit the panic button. He's got it. Everybody's still within striking distance. Takes one mistake by the guy in front of you. And, boy, things really turned around. For those that may be tuning in, I know we've got Loretta Lynn's coming up here in a couple of weeks. Maybe you're tuning into Racer TV, checking out some of the broadcasts here. GNCC Racing Off-Road. These guys are out there for 3 hours, grueling, grinding against one another through the woods. There's open field sections, very technical course. They range anywhere from roughly 10 miles to 12, 13 miles on the track. And 3 hours for these guys out there. You're not just going up against the men in your class. Anybody can line up A or B class in the afternoon for one of these GNCCs. You're capable of well, capable may not be the right terminology, but you have an opportunity, as Craig DeLong, your new leader out in front, the number 1, takes the reins. You have the opportunity, say you're a B rider, to win an overall. Is it possible? Well, it's very, very difficult. Let's be fully transparent. In fact, Josh Toth out of the XC2, that'd be your row number 2 class, only guy in that XC2 to have done it, and that happened this season. But what I'm getting at is, throughout the duration of a 3-hour race, you're going to get into lap traffic. You got to get around those guys as well. Just kind of an added element. So if you're a moto guy, you're preparing for Loretta's, you said, hey, let's check out some GNCC. There's a little kind of GNCC 101 for you. As the XC1 continues to roll through the woods, and Craig DeLong, boy, really, really picking up where he left off in round number 6. It was not a great season to start for Craig DeLong, the defending champion. Hey, he's rocking the number 1 that he earned, grabbing that national title in 23. But boy, the season did not start well for Craig DeLong. He had an 11th in round number 1. He had the DNF where the bike caught fire, actually, in Florida. Rough day for him. Round 3 kind of gets things turned around. Ended up with a top 5 on the day. And then another move in the wrong direction. Round 4, he comes out with a 9th. So Craig DeLong did a great job, hit the reset button, came out in round number 5, finished 4th place, just off of the box, and he was in the fight for podiums all day. That was the first race. We're in the broadcast booth, and we said this is the first time this season Craig DeLong has looked like the diesel that took the national title last year. You fast forward a couple of weeks, round 6, it's a second-place finish, and you could just kind of feel it in the air. A win is going to happen for Craig. Maybe that happens here today. For Craig DeLong, he's certainly off to a great start. Ryder Lafferty, let's not take anything away from him. Best start of his XC1 season. And the battles ensue behind. Great tight battle there for third place. Fourth not behind. So the XC1 class still very, very tight as we are moving right along in this one. This is your Kenda Tires. Powerline Park, GNCC. Great to be racing back at Powerline Park. Been a number of years. I'd have to look back. I want to say 18, maybe 19. I know it was pre-2020 last time we raced here. Certainly, but you know what? I'll be completely honest. One of my favorites, because it's a quote-unquote short drive. It's less than 5 hours. I'm going to call that a short drive. Craig DeLong, boy, big gap back to Ryder Lafferty and the rest of this XC1 class. See what they've got in store for him. Jordan Ashburn having a day. He has got to go in defensive riding mode, trying to hold these guys off as the rest of the XC1 coming through here. And again, we've not talked much about it this episode, but we talk about the point standings. Johnny Gerard coming into today still in control of that points lead. And outside of him, Dante Oliveira's got a win. Of course, not racing a full season, kind of subbing in for Ben Kelly, former national champion. And we understand we've actually been lucky enough on race day to have Ben Kelly calling some racing with us. Just a great guy, great voice for the broadcast, and love having that pro rider perspective come race day. And that's what Ben has been giving us this year. But what I'm getting at is, Ben, we love you, buddy. We want to see you out on the track, and I think we'll get a taste of that. I believe after the summer break is what Ben is shooting for. Not getting in a rush. I got to be honest, I like that. I'm not a pro rider. I'm not a rider myself. I'm terrible on a dirt bike. Those that can do, and those that can't, well, we talk about it on microphone. But my point is, I love when guys, young guys, there goes Mike Wachowski, little checkup from the neck up from him. But I love when our young guys, hey, you get an injury, let's take the time, let's heal right. You got a lot of career ahead of you. Let's make sure that you're in good shape when you come back. And I think that's exactly what Ben Kelly is doing to this point. So very interested to see how he does when he's back amongst the ranks in our XC1 Pro class. Stu Baylor, boy, rough day for the 514. Got to get things turned around. Just don't know. You know, Stu just doesn't quite look like himself out there, you know, sitting on the machine. Not very Stu Baylor-esque, if you will, especially a man coming off of 2 wins that certainly needs another one. Craig DeLong looking around, man, he's all by his lonesome as they duck back into the woods here, and the camera has time to pan back. And we're looking, there he is, Ryder Lafferty. So Lafferty still having a solid day, but boy, is he under fire. There is 3rd, 4th, and 5th right there on his rear wheel. And Lyndon Snodgrass, the 178, having a decent day just behind them. And there is Josh Strang, the old wily veteran, doing his thing on the Sherco. Having a solid day. Trevor Bollinger in the mix. And the rest of the XC1 coming through right here. But the man in charge, Craig DeLong, hanging on. There is Grant Davis. So Grant Davis, mercy sakes, we were talking about him grabbing that hole shot, and just like that, up into the back of the pack as far as the XC1 is concerned. So Grant Davis having a solid day. Round number 7, Gerard on the move now. So Gerard making moves. Let's see if Gerard, the points leader, might be able to reel in Craig DeLong at this point. Have to wait and see. There goes Trevor Bollinger. Of course, Gerard sitting in a good position coming into today. Hey, a 10-point difference. So if you're looking at the big picture, and that's what Gerard has really been adamant about this season is, you know, wins are awesome. I want them. However, I also want this championship, and I want to make sure I'm doing what it takes to put myself in a position to seal the deal on the championship. Gerard right now, who's the man you got to beat? It's Stu Baylor. Stu Baylor, don't know what's going on, having an off day. Is he nursing an injury? There's been some rumors about that, but nonetheless, Stu not having his best day right now. folks. There's time left, but it's starting to run out for Stu Baylor. But if you're Johnny Gerard, you got to feel good. If it's there for him to maybe get up in front, he's certainly going to take it. But right now, he's got his hands full as second and third all over the rear wheel. Applying the pressure. There is Wachowski in the shot as well. So DeLong in control. Man knows something about leading a race and winning championships, earning that #1 last season. And Jordan Ashburn, another guy. So you got two former champions out in front with Ashburn around Gerard, and that may have been the case earlier. I may have missed that. That or they're going back and forth. Either way, love it. Good racing. We'll take it. Ashburn just always that guy, just like the silent assassin, lurking back there, waiting for the opportunity to strike. And boy, when he does, he does. A little back and forth right there. Love it. The XC1, Mike Wachowski keeping pace. But it is Craig DeLong trying to pick up what would be his first win of the season, leading the way in the overall and for the XC1 right now. And Grant Davis, let's give him some credit, having a day back there. Good shot of Evan Smith fighting in the XC1. And there's some of the lap traffic we were talking about. Craig DeLong making quick work to get around the lapper. You got to feel good. You hear the guys talk about that in the XC1 class. If you can get around the lap traffic, put a few of those lappers in between you and the next guy. Hey, one less thing to worry about and an obstacle for the men fighting behind you. And that right now, Johnny Gerard and Jordan Ashburn continuing to fight. Mike Wachowski looking good in this one. Grant Baylor's back in the mix. Somewhere, had a shot of him earlier. Gotta show the man some love. There he is, the 314 popping into shot. So now, seeing a charge right here by Grant Davis, not uncommon, or excuse me, Grant Baylor, not uncommon to see him charge late and make some moves. Craig DeLong through this section, no problems for him, and Craig has, well, it's been the Craig DeLong show all race long. Put himself in a good position early, grabbing the whole shot, the early lead, and since then he has really not looked back. It has been the Craig DeLong show to this point, trying to hang on for his first win of 2024 and start to turn this season around. And right here, if you're new to GNCC, great example of what you got to deal with as far as the lap traffic. We saw String get around him there. Evan Smith had to check up a bit to get around one of our lapped riders. All right, we're going to take a short break. We'll be right back to conclude things here at the Kenda Tires Powerline Park, GNCC. Craig DeLong out in front, trying to hang on. Progressive GNCC Racing is brought to you by Progressive. Progressive could save you hundreds of dollars on your automobile and motorcycle insurance. Specialized e-turbo bicycles. It's you, only faster. RockyMountainATVMC.com. Get ready. And welcome back to GNCC here on Racer TV. You see our pro riders coming through the pro pits right now. Craig DeLong trying to hang on, going for the pass on the inside. Does he make it count? No! Craig DeLong shuts the door on him and says, no, sir, absolutely not. Making the grown man move right there by Craig. Just a few more turns now. Craig DeLong trying to hang on for his first win of the season. Under fire. Can he hang on and make it happen? There's the checkered flag by Ricky Towery. And there is the first win by Craig DeLong. How about that hug from the good buddy Johnny Gerard after the win? Boy, what a sensational ride by Craig DeLong.
It feels good. I mean, I owe it to everybody here on the team and their hard work for kind of keeping me going there at the first couple races. So this one's for them. And yeah, just got a good start, and I was comfortable there and following Ryder, and then I was able to sneak around him, and I was ready to go.
Well, again, big congratulations to Craig DeLong on the win. We also had a chance to catch up with Johnny Gerard.
Ended up reeling him in the last lap there, and got up next side of him 3-4 times there, and I thought I was going to get him, and hats off to him. Good ride, back on top of the box there this year, so good for him, training partner and friend, and yeah, just happy for him, and happy to get on the box again and grow some more points.
Well, Gerard taking second, and how about it? We talked about it early on. Grant Baylor charging late, ends up third on the day. Sensational ride by the Grizzly, Grant Baylor.
It's really hard to get around Mikey that last lap. He was running me wide and putting me off the track. So, yeah, I mean, it was really tough to pass out there the way the trail was laid out. But I was able to get by Mikey there, and then yeah, didn't have enough in the tank there to get up to these guys. I could see Craig and Johnny just right there, but just didn't have it today.
Well, taking a look at the point standings now, rough day for Stu Baylor. Not a great finish for him. Johnny Gerard retains that points lead as we wrap up round number 7 and head to round number 8 of the season. Specialized race recap, how about it for the Rockstar Energy Factory Racing Husqvarna of Craig DeLong, the Diesel, grabbing that Steel City Medical Center Whole Shot Award. And boy, fantastic start for Ryder Lafferty. Maybe not the day that he wanted when the checkered flag flew, but nonetheless, certainly a building block day, if you will, for Ryder Lafferty. Absolutely stellar in the first half of this one. And got to show some love to Mike Wachowski as well. We saw him right there early in this one in third. Mike Wachowski in a podium position for much of the day. Ended up fourth just off of the box, but boy, what a ride for the 282 Phoenix Racing Honda of Mike Wachowski. Johnny Gerard charged late, or charged throughout this race, but boy, it was Craig DeLong out in front, really stretching it out, while the rest of the XC1 between maybe second back to fourth all day long having a battle, and then Gerard, last lap, last mile, going for it, trying to make the grown man move on Craig DeLong. DeLong shuts the door on him and is able to hang on for the win. This is the Craig DeLong we are used to seeing. Great ride by him. Congratulations to your top 3 again. DeLong, it was Johnny Gerard, and Grant Baylor rounding out the box. That's going to wrap things up for us. Be sure to tune in every Wednesday night for a new recap episode here from the 2024 season, and Loretta Lynn's coming up later this month and into August. I'm Mikey Waynes. We'll see you at the races.